12 Home Depot December deals you cannot afford to ignore, because this month the biggest discounts hide in plain sight. If you've ever felt like you missed the window, prepare to see just how wrong that belief has been. This is the month when appliances, tools, fixtures, and upgrades drop lower than they do all year, and almost no one notices, because the deals that matter most are never loud. They're buried for those paying attention. And the sad truth? You've probably shopped in December the wrong way your entire life, but not this time. Stay with me, because once you hear deal number 1, you'll realize December at Home Depot is the opportunity nobody talks about. Deal number 1, major appliances. They look enormous, expensive, immovable. Refrigerators, washers, dryers, dishwashers, the heavy hitters of the store. All year long, they sit on the sales floor like monuments, barely budging in price. And that's exactly why December is the first deal you cannot afford to ignore. Because this is the month when Home Depot quietly makes room for the next wave of models. New releases are coming, updated designs are inbound, and those massive machines that once felt full price forever suddenly turn vulnerable. The tags you thought were carved in stone start cracking. End-of-year incentives appear. Bundled pricing rolls out. The kind of offers that make people ask, why now? When the real question should be, why didn't I know? Here's the sting. Most shoppers never notice a thing. They walk past the appliances, seeing the same stainless steel faces they saw in July, assuming the prices are the same too. They never realize that December is when the pressure hits, when Home Depot wants these giants gone, and manufacturers sweeten deals to make it happen fast. What looks like a normal aisle becomes a liquidation lane, disguised as everyday retail. And when someone does understand how this month works, the savings feel almost unfair. Add-on warranties that suddenly cost less. Bundle deals that throw in a matching appliance. Quiet markdowns on floor models. Offers that exist only to clear space before the calendar changes. If you've waited all year to upgrade, December stops being a month and becomes a window. The payoff is simple. Appliances get cheaper when nobody's looking, and Home Depot counts on you not knowing that. And deal number 2 is even bolder, because it exposes the December giveaways hidden inside Home Depot's most prized tools. Deal number 2, power tools and holiday bundles. If the appliances are the giants of the store, then the power tools are the crown jewels, the items people dream about all year but justify later. Drills, impact drivers, saws, battery systems, the heartbeat of every project. And December is when Home Depot quietly lets them slip through your fingers at their cheapest. Here's the setup most people miss. Tool brands fight hardest in December. Behind those bright boxes and familiar names is a silent war for loyalty. Because once someone commits to a battery platform, that's it. They're locked in. And so, during December, something extraordinary happens. Competing brands start throwing everything they can into bundled kits, buy one get one deals, and holiday exclusives you literally cannot find any other time of year. That's the tension. 11 months out of the year, these same kits cost a fortune. Batteries alone feel like ransom. Add-ons are overpriced, and those premium brushless tools feel just out of reach. But in December, the pricing logic flips upside down. What once came as a single tool suddenly includes 2 batteries, or an extra driver, or a bonus attachment that would normally cost triple digits on its own. Same brand, same model, just shockingly more value, quietly delivered. And the payoff? December is the only moment when Home Depot practically pays you to build your toolkit. Those bundles aren't generosity, they're strategy. Tool companies want you hooked before the year resets. They want you loyal. They want you tethered to their chargers and batteries as you head into a new season of projects. And so they discount hard, flood the shelves with extras, and trust that only the sharpest shoppers will catch on. If you've ever wanted professional-grade tools at prices that feel like mistakes, December at Home Depot is your ambush window. And the people who don't know that, they pay full price in January, while someone else walks out with twice the gear and the same receipt total. Because this is the one month when power tools stop being expensive and start being irresistible. And deal number 3 hits even deeper, because it quietly lowers the cost of staying warm when winter hurts the most. Deal number 3, heating systems and winter comfort. Winter arrives with its familiar bite, the tight air, the late sunsets, the way the cold creeps into your walls. Suddenly warmth becomes precious. Space heaters, electric fireplaces, smart thermostats, the tools that decide whether your home feels like refuge or punishment. Most people assume the cold season drives prices up. But December at Home Depot flips that belief upside down, because this is the month when heating products don't get marked up. They quietly kneel. Early season inventory is already sitting. The real freeze hasn't begun, and Home Depot wants these units moving before peak weather hits. That urgency shows up on the price tags, but most shoppers never look close enough to notice. They walk past aisle displays thinking, too expensive, not knowing the markdown is already in their favor. And that's the stunning truth. Warmth gets cheaper right when you expect it to be most costly. The smart thermostats that control your bills, the compact heaters that transform a frigid room, the electric fireplaces that turn bleak nights into calm, glowing evenings. In December, they all slip down in price because Home Depot refuses to carry this stock into the harshest months, not when space matters, not when next wave shipments are already looming. While others hold out for some mythical post-holiday sale, the ones who strike in December win. They stay warm sooner, spend less, and never feel that sting of overpaying after January resets everything. Comfort wasn't meant to be expensive, just overlooked, and December proves it. And deal number 4 exposes the savings hiding under your very feet. In the flooring aisles, nobody thinks to explore. Deal number 4, flooring and tile upgrades. Flooring is one of those decisions people delay for years. Tile, hardwood, vinyl plank, it all feels too permanent, too expensive, too overwhelming to gamble on. So they postpone, they settle, they tell themselves, someday. And that hesitation is exactly why December becomes the deal you never saw coming. Because while most shoppers are distracted with holidays and travel, Home Depot is preparing its flooring reset. New tile patterns, updated color lines, fresh displays. That means older styles, still high quality, still beautiful, suddenly become a burden. They take up space the new year needs. And when a product becomes space instead of profit, the pricing quietly shifts. People don't notice it because flooring rarely screams for attention. There are no blinking signs, no gift season banners. But look closely, the pieces being discontinued, the pallets that are nearly gone, the luxury planks that just happen to be marked lower than they were in October. It's subtle, almost secret, the kind of markdowns only visible to someone who knows December forces turnover. And here's what makes it wild. Flooring discounts in December don't feel cheap, they feel like winning. Quality tile that normally sits out of reach suddenly aligns with a renovation budget. Vinyl plank designed to mimic high-end wood drops, just enough to make the dream achievable. Even installation offers become more flexible, because Home Depot wants those final square feet cleared before January resets the wall displays. The floor you walk on doesn't just change a room, it changes the feeling of home itself. And December is when that transformation becomes affordable if you know where to look. And deal number 5 takes that same quiet discount logic and shines it through the aisles of seasonal lighting, where savings get almost aggressive as the month runs out. Deal number 5, seasonal and holiday lighting. Holiday lights are emotional triggers, symbols of warmth, celebration, and nostalgia. When people buy them early in the season, they're driven by excitement, not logic. Home Depot knows that. They also know the shelves must be clear before the year ends. And that's why December turns these glowing decorations into one of the most aggressively discounted categories in the entire store. At the start of winter, lights sell at full strength. LED strands, smart timers, outdoor projectors, display figures, all priced high because shoppers are convinced they'll run out if they wait. But the reality is the opposite. Once mid-December arrives, Home Depot starts cutting hard because whatever hasn't sold by then becomes an anchor. Stockrooms need space. Seasonal aisles must flip. And every unsold holiday product threatens to drag into the new year, where it instantly loses value. Most people miss the turn. They buy early, fueled by fear. They think waiting means scarcity, when in truth, waiting means savings. The markdowns creep in quietly, sometimes faster than shoppers can believe. Sets of lights that cost more in November suddenly drop. Premium LED strands, battery packs, and outdoor lighting systems dip lower. even smart holiday devices, timers, wireless controllers, seasonal displays, crack downward as December closes its grip. There's something thrilling about it too. Buying lights at the exact moment Home Depot wants them gone gives you a strange advantage. Like you've stepped behind the curtain and learned how seasonal retail actually breathes. The products that once felt overpriced suddenly turn inviting, almost eager to be taken home. So when you see those aisles of lights glowing in December, remember this truth: they shine brightest right before their prices dim. And deal number 6 reveals the price drops hiding in the outdoor section, where winter forces Home Depot to abandon summer gear at shocking discounts. Deal number 6: outdoor gear and seasonal trade-offs. Walk into the outdoor section of Home Depot in December, and you'll feel a strange collision of seasons. Snow shovels and ice melt fight for attention against the last survivors of summer. Lawn tools, patio sets, garden equipment that no longer belongs in the winter air. And that collision creates one of the most undervalued deals of the entire month, because winter forces Home Depot into a choice. Summer gear can't just sit there waiting for spring, not when the square footage needs to serve snowblowers, heating solutions, and seasonal survival tools. The longer those mowers and trimmers sit out, the more they cost the store. So December becomes a quiet purge. Patio furniture dips. Outdoor storage sheds drop. Lawn equipment gets nudged down in price, not because it's defective or outdated, but because it's out of season and suddenly in the way. Most people never think to look. They assume discounts come when the weather changes, not while winter is tightening its grip. But December is exactly when Home Depot doesn't want to warehouse lawn gear or drag bulky furniture into the new year. They would rather mark it down and move it. The smart buyer knows that winter is the time to purchase summer, and win big doing it. Even the rental department shows this truth. Customers who need tools for short projects in December might get better rates, because fewer contractors are working and demand drops. The whole outdoor category bends just slightly, but only if you notice the tilt. And before we reveal the next deal, let me ask one quick favor. If you're finding these insights eye-opening, take a second to like this video and subscribe. It helps more people uncover the hidden savings that almost no one talks about. And it tells me you want more guides just like this. Now back to it. Outdoor discounts in December feel almost sneaky. Prices falling while cold wind blows through empty aisles. But that's exactly why this deal can't be ignored. Because deal number 7 walks straight into the heart of the home and reveals why kitchen and bath upgrades get quietly, stunningly cheaper before January arrives. Deal number 7: kitchen and bath fixtures. The kitchen and the bathroom are the two most sensitive spaces in any home. They're where comfort, function, and pride collide. They're also the places where upgrades feel like luxuries. Elegant faucets, modern vanities, streamlined sinks, sleek shower hardware. All the details that make a house feel intentionally designed. And most people believe those upgrades are only reachable during renovation season. But December at Home Depot proves otherwise. Because right now, as the year winds down, new collections are waiting to hit the floors. Manufacturers are ready to launch updated finishes, fresh configurations, and redesigned styles early in the new year. And that means the current fixtures on display, still stylish, still engineered well, still beautiful, suddenly transition from show pieces to overflow. Home Depot doesn't want to carry the outgoing designs into next quarter resets, so the pricing softens, quietly, strategically, almost hidden. Many shoppers miss it entirely. They assume discounts will arrive when the remodel rush begins, not when the calendar is still holding holiday lights. They walk by brushed nickel sink sets and matte black faucet displays, without realizing those exact pieces may be marked lower simply because the next version is waiting behind the curtain. That's the moment when kitchen and bath upgrades become unexpectedly affordable. The vanity you've stared at all year, the modern faucet that felt a little too indulgent, the rainfall shower head you swore you'd get one day. In December, those wish list items become deals. Not because they're flawed, but because Home Depot refuses to let them become leftovers. When the store wants something gone, it gets priced to leave. And in these two rooms, the elegance hits its lowest cost right before January pushes in fresher designs. It's proof that beauty drops its price tag when timing is everything. And deal number 8 dives beneath the drywall itself. exposing why lumber and building materials quietly bend in December, even when nobody's building. Deal number 8. Lumber and building materials. Walk into the lumber aisle in December and it feels calm. Too calm. Stacks of boards, sheets of plywood, insulation, framing materials, the backbone of every renovation. They sit there, quietly, like they're waiting for the world to thaw. And in a way they are, because winter slows construction to a crawl, and that slowdown creates a deal almost no one expects. When the temperature drops, building slows. Contractors wrap projects. Homeowners hit pause, and fewer people start anything new. That dip in demand isn't dramatic, but it's enough to change the economics. Suddenly, product that moved fast in summer now risks sitting longer than Home Depot wants. And when inventory lingers, price flexibility appears, just subtle enough to escape casual eyes. Most shoppers don't think lumber ever goes on sale. They assume the cost of wood, insulation, and framing supplies is as fixed as gravity. But December pokes holes in that belief. Seasonal pressure, supplier contracts, and spring preparation all collide, and Home Depot prefers to thin the stacks now instead of risking overstock later. Discounts, bundle pricing, or quieter markdowns show up on materials that used to feel painfully expensive. That means the best time to prepare for next year's project isn't when the sun returns. It's right now, in the cold stretch most people avoid. Buying lumber in December feels like you're planning ahead while saving at the exact same moment. It's practical, it's strategic, and it's proof that construction gets cheaper when the world isn't building. If you're someone who dreams of adding a wall, finishing a garage, insulating a basement, or finally starting that workshop, December is whispering to you from the aisles. The materials feel different, not in quality, but in accessibility. Winter slows the hammers, and the prices follow. And deal number 9 lifts that same principle into the paint aisle, showing how color itself becomes a surprise bargain before the year turns. Deal number 9. Paint and surface coatings. Paint is the silent renovation. One stroke and a room changes mood. One color and a hallway feels new. But the funny thing about paint is that people rarely buy it in December. They wait for spring, or for the moment inspiration strikes. And that delay is exactly why Home Depot quietly lowers the cost during the final stretch of the year. Because December is when imagination builds pressure. People start talking about fresh starts, new year energy, that instinct to reset the home. And Home Depot wants to be ready for it. So they start placing paint incentives earlier than expected. Rebates, bundle offers, markdowns on certain lines, promotional buckets, even loyalty perks tucked into the fine print. They want people dreaming in January to buy in December. Most shoppers don't notice, because paint doesn't feel seasonal. It doesn't scream holiday deal. It doesn't sit on a flashy display. But look closely at the tags, and you'll catch little fractures. A premium finish nudged down, a multi-gallon deal, a discounted stain that suddenly aligns with your budget. The discounts aren't loud. They're surgical, hidden in plain sight, waiting for anyone bold enough to check. And here's the real twist. If you plan to refresh a room next year, you will likely never see paint priced lower than it is right now. When remodel momentum spikes in spring, pricing tends to firm up. But in December, with aisles quieter and inventory primed for rotation, Home Depot becomes surprisingly flexible. Color is one of the fastest, most affordable ways to transform a space. In December, it also becomes one of the smartest, and deal number 10 turns unexpectedly futuristic, because even smart home security gets pulled into December's silent price war. Deal number 10. Smart home security and automation. Technology usually feels like the last thing that ever gets cheaper. Smart locks, doorbell cameras, monitoring hubs, motion sensors, anything that protects your home seems destined to stay expensive forever. And during the holiday rush, most people assume the demand alone will keep prices high. But December at Home Depot quietly proves otherwise, because competition hits its peak here. Tech brands want their devices installed before a new year begins, not months later. They want you choosing their ecosystem before another company earns your trust. And Home Depot, juggling shelf space and product rotations, becomes the battleground. Bundles appear, dual unit packages surface. Multi-piece kits start costing less than a single device did back in October. It's subtle, but when you know how to look for it, the pattern is unmistakable. People miss this all the time. They still believe the myth that smart security is only discounted during big tech holidays or spring home show events. Meanwhile, December quietly drops the cost of doorbell cameras, smart deadbolts, and home automation kits. Not as fancy launch deals, but as strategic incentives to make sure new shipments don't overlap with older stock. And here's the irony. Security feels priceless until December makes it affordable. The door you wanted, protected. The entryway you wished had eyes. The peace of mind system you were waiting to justify. Suddenly, the numbers move downward not because something is outdated, but because the calendar is forcing the reset. Safety should feel empowering, not financially draining. In December, it finally does. And deal number 11 is time-sensitive in an entirely different way, because Home Depot discounts storage right when people need it the most. Deal number 11, storage and organization systems. The end of the year sneaks up on us. Closets cluttered, garages stacked, corners filled with everything we promised ourselves we'd sort one day. And then January looms, threatening resolutions and fresh starts, while Home Depot quietly prepares for the rush. That's why December becomes the moment when storage and organization systems slip into some of their best pricing of the year. Garage cabinets, steel shelving, modular closet systems, storage totes, wall mounts, all the products. People will soon be desperate to buy get nudged down in price before the demand spike hits. Home Depot doesn't want to enter January carrying old inventory when new models and seasonal layouts are already on the way. So the cost softens early, before most shoppers even think to look. What's wild is how few people recognize this pattern. They assume organizing systems will drop when the New Year overhaul kicks in. They wait until the very moment everyone else does, and then pay more because the discount window already passed. Meanwhile, the person who buys in December feels like they've cheated the calendar itself. They get the bins, the rails, the cabinets, all at prices designed to beat the rush, not meet it. And there's a deeper satisfaction in it too. Clearing space, redesigning storage, choosing systems that make your home calmer and cleaner, all of it becomes more rewarding when you know you saved on the setup. December prices often whisper the truth. Organization doesn't have to be expensive. It just needs timing. So while the world prepares to make resolutions, the December shopper already solved theirs. And deal number 12 is the most underestimated of them all, because it isn't a product at all. It's the financial advantage hiding behind everything you buy. Deal number 12, gift cards, loyalty perks, and hidden financing. The final deal isn't something you pick up off a shelf. It isn't stacked on pallets. And it doesn't sit under bright lights. It's quieter, almost invisible. And that's why most people overlook it. Gift cards, loyalty programs, special financing offers, bundled rewards, bonus credits, the financial tools that multiply every other deal you've seen so far. And December is when Home Depot sharpens them. Because the entire month is engineered around clearing inventory, boosting volume, and closing the year strong. So the store starts layering incentives that slip right past casual shoppers. Added gift card value, enrollment bonuses, temporary financing that makes big purchases easier to justify, return terms that get a little friendlier, loyalty boosts that unlock extra savings. None of it flashy, all of it intentional. People ignore these advantages because they're not physical. They assume the savings end at the price tag. Meanwhile, the sharp shopper stacks benefits the same way contractors stack materials on a dolly. A discounted appliance bundled with a loyalty perk, a tool set with holiday value loaded onto a gift card, a remodel driven by financing designed to lighten the hit. It's like finding a hidden lever that tilts every other deal in your favor. And here's what makes it the most dangerous deal of all. You can combine it. You can lace these financial perks through every December discount in the store. You can walk in once, apply everything you've learned, and walk out paying less than someone who shows up 3 months later and buys the exact same thing. That's why this final deal matters. It doesn't discount one item. It bends the entire month. And now that you know all 12, the twist becomes painfully clear. December at Home Depot isn't just a month of sales. It's a purge, a reset, a moment when the store wants product moving so badly that it drops its prices, sweetens its bundles, and hands you leverage you were never meant to notice. So if any part of you felt that spark, That "did I really miss this every year?" moment. Don't just let it fade. Use it. Watch the tags, check the bundles, scan the displays, look for the quiet price drops nobody else sees. And if you want more breakdowns like this, more hidden opportunities, more retail secrets, more ways to save smart instead of lucky, then hit like, subscribe, and stay plugged in. Because the 12 Home Depot December deals you cannot afford to ignore only work if you know they're real, and now you do.